I have called my stream a stream for evolved critics. Let's get this chat popped out, otherwise I'll never be able to see what people are saying. Also, did Jorna want a link? I remember saying something about that. Confirm with hitisms.
Whoa! Jesus.
Hello, Drac, Mitch, Ryan, Uzi Wolf, Tom Bradley, the game's statistic, Salty McSaltsalt, Troy, Tom, Ressaron, Joshua, Salty One, just right evolution. There's too many memes, or not enough memes. Depends on how you really feel about the whole thing. That's about right volume-wise, I would assume. Oof, that looks laggy on OBS. What in the world? Equalize, you
Ow!
flim
Kicked me through
flom.
the fence.
Oh my god, look at that. Hello all, how do you do? The stream struggle, I know, right? Oh god, it's like tisming out completely.
What's happening? The capture card?
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just my computer. But there's nothing process-wise I can really kill. Give me a moment, Streamer Drew. I'm just going to reset a few things.
Man, can I hit this tism?
The legal term that they prefer is flism, I'll have you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There you go.
Yeah, I can't really kill anything else aside from Discord at this point, so...
But then you won't be able to chat with the tism.
Oh, whoops, I just fucking hit an innocentism. Oh, that looks like it's a bit better now.
Good job.
I'd like to get my chat back, though, if that's possible.
Nah. So what is draining so much CPU? Like, you're not even playing games on the PC. Is it the capture card program?
Honestly, I don't really have a proper... I'd have to think about it, I'm not even sure. Alright, well... That should be that. Okay, I can see chat now. I can see what anybody may or may not be saying. Alright, where do I even want to go? Who have I got to kill? Amelia is the next tism to flism.
Tism, flism, mashism.
I didn't open the door, so I gotta go to a different door.
Oh, if I died there, I would have been sent all the way back.
Well, I mean, I did tell you that. You
You're
fool.
right, I'm sorry.
The Quartering Bearing and Count Dracula are starting a podcast called Tism. Seriously? They stole that from us.
Who?
The Quartering, I don't know who that is, but I know Bearing and Count Dankula are. But if they're calling it Tism, I'm gonna have to call copyright. I'm kidding.
Copyright on tism. That'll be awesome.
Go for old Yarnum so you can get Ludwig's Holy Blade. Pfft, Ludwig's Holy Blade. Have you ever played with that terrible blade, Fatir, and how useless it is?
It is pretty useless.
Yeah.
Except for the times where it's useful.
Well, yeah, if we remove all of those times, then it is pretty useless.
Yeah, it's so useless.
I'm glad that we agree on this one. When will the TFA video come out? It's gonna be a while from now. I'm still working on the scriptaroos. Also, what were you gonna say, Tisms?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
That's a tism.
It's still laggier than I'd like it to be, but I don't think I can do much about it. Hopefully my voice comes through clear, folks, because that's the main thing. Nope. What problems do you have with Infinity War? Couple of plot things. I think the characters are relatively immaculate, but focuses more on the Infinity Gauntlet, as I was talking about in the Just Right debate. Any advice for beating Dark Beast Pal on New Game Plus? Go ham, because if you can get him to stagger a few times in a row, then you should be good. That is my advice.
Beast blood pellets and fire paper.
Yeah, what he said. What about queer theory? Wolf, that is far above your pay grade. You're not even allowed to know what that is. Not even I know what that is. Oof. Ow. I'm beating up Amelia.
Do it.
I really am.
Good job.
Finding it hard to maintain the Beast Blood pellet with the axe, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I noticed that too versus Bloodstar Beast.
Amelia doesn't know how to react to what I just did. It's just like, Bleh. Oh, you want to heal? That's not gonna happen. Good Nacht.
Can you stagger her out of the heal?
Oh, I mean, I don't even know if that was gonna be a heal. I just killed her well before she could do anything.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Nobody likes Amelia. She's a flim-flam. Gold Blood Gem. Excellent. Go for Old Yarnum. Holy R2 spam. Hey, Mol, what's good? Nothing isn't good, Ramen. How about you? If you were to make a video on Star Wars Rogue One, would it be an Unbridled Rage, Unbridled Praise, or just Unbridled Indifference? Probably a Rage. There's plenty you can actually rip into a Rogue One for, but I would want to make a balanced assessment after it. Just like TFA, which is still coming. Do not fret, it is coming. That shade throwing title. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Ridiculous.
I don't know what you mean either.
See, Photismus doesn't know what you mean.
Am I cool now?
Yes.
Am I one of the people?
Oh, wait, I was supposed to fucking press the thingy, wasn't I? Whoops.
I thought you were gonna say yes. Oh wait, no.
How evolved do you feel after being exposed to reader response theory? Oh, you can all guarantee to see that being said a few times. April 1st, 2019. Oh wait, not that. This. Subtaurus, how do you do? I bet Just Right likes DS2. Hey man. Anybody is welcome to love DS2. Fortia likes DS2, don't you?
Oh, I love it. It's like the best one of the series.
I'd say it's the best one if you don't consider any other, things on the planet.
Yeah, it's the best of being the worst.
I think it's the best at being DS2.
Oh man, that pig actually killed me. Fuck.
Solar Dragon, hello there. I'm good, how are you? Full analysis on Silo coming soon. That's the one after TFA. Though seriously, like I was talking to Wolf about this, my project on TFA, like I was writing a lot of it today. I've just added a few extra thousands and keep rejigging lots of arguments and paragraphs as I go through. Just trying to make it as good as possible. But it's on the way. I understand that it seems like it's taken forever, but in fairness, I was working on other things between it. It's the project that gets put on pause. Because it's always going to be one of those. So repetitive with his points. The thing is, he thought I wasn't really getting him, would be my assumption. He was like, this Mauler guy doesn't understand that this objectivity thing he's talking about is just a perspective he has. And my whole thing was trying to convince him that objectivity has nothing to do with my perspective. And so both of us had that goal, and I think I pointed out more contradictions in his assessments than he did for mine. But it was a decent debate, if you call it that. I would assume most found it. I don't know. What kind of Star Wars game would you like to play? I don't know. Is it too vague to say a good one?
Alright, Meepa, good night. I'll read what you sent me and respond.
Summary of the conversation with I hate everything. I mean, there's not much point, to be honest, but ultimately, I hate everything agreed that there were major issues with The Last Jedi, but then he sort of didn't a day later, sort of thing, which is kind of awkward. So what exactly is cerebral gaming? That will be answered April 1st, 2019, I'm sure. Did he double back like I hate everything? I don't think we got anywhere in the first place for him to double back from, to be honest. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate it. You know, if you ignore every flaw with DS2, it's actually amazing. Quinted logic. What do you think should be reviewed in video games? What are the key things to look at? Oh, well, there's no element that you shouldn't really look at, I would say. Mechanics are probably the most important thing for a game, and that's essentially the equivalent in films for writing, is probably what I would say. But games are capable of having really good stories too, so it's a close second for me with video games for stories. And they can make up for it. Because in a way, mechanics for gameplay are like the writing of stories, if that makes any sense. Got to see Jurassic Park after having it on Blu-ray for a few weeks. Wow, that was an experience. I think it's a great film. That's actually a video I want to make, hopefully this year, praising Jurassic Park. You try to change the subject.
Videos, like, how many film critics can you release in a year, do you think?
If I was only doing rages and praises, probably like 2 per month.
And if you were doing full-on critiques?
Well, you can already see how many I pulled off in a year, I think.
Can I?
Yeah, because I've been doing it. I started it last year, January, I believe. And so we are past that this year, which means I've been going for more than a year. Woohoo!
And how many do you have? You have the...
I had the Soma dissection, then the Resident Evil critique, then Outlast critique, Yooka-Laylee critique, then DS2 series, then the Last Jedi stuff, and then the film stuff came after that. Well, so actually, it would end with the critiques of The Last Jedi, so that would be a year's worth of work.
Okay.
But it always varies anyway, because of how long I spend. I could always redraft my scripts. I can keep redrafting them. It's just how many times I do it before I go, you know what, this is enough.
No.
Most people don't even redraft, so I would save a lot more time if I didn't do it at all. But then I would be much more available for tisms. And who wants that, right? Who wants more tisms? Nobody wants that.
Not me.
That's rude. Shouldn't say it like
Sorry.
that. Laughing is rude. Laughing is subjective.
You're... well, it can be objective if I feel like laughing.
Sounds like an objective feeling to me.
But that's not a thing now. Okay, whatever.
Who do you think is the Dark Souls of horrible points and debates? I would assume... wouldn't I need to debate more people to be able to decide that? I don't know. The Dark Souls of bad debates. That's thorny. There is a Dark Souls for everything.
My stream keeps disming. I'm sorry, think outside the box. You just give up mutually and be shit.
I think...
genocide.
Oh. I think I'm trying to change the subject to Infinity War was showing he was losing in the Star Wars debate. Well, I think he wanted to avoid... he swapped to Infinity War in hopes to prove something. That if he proves that I can recognize flaws in Infinity War despite loving the film, then I'm inconsistent. But my thesis already accounts for that with subjectivity, which is not what... He just wouldn't grasp that at all. Because he was like, see? That's a problem. And you like the film. And I was just sitting there thinking like, yes.
Yes, the film is still bad though.
Yeah, it's like it's a flaw, and that's the point I was trying to get with him. I was like, can you admit that this is a flaw in the Last Jedi script? And his response isn't yes. His response is, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
As
Well,
if
isn't he technically saying yes though?
I don't think I ever got him to say that, but I think so.
No, but if he's saying it doesn't bother me, anything
So,
that
okay.
exists.
So what he
So
says
it
is
a flaw.
it's not a flaw to him because it doesn't bother him, as if the validity of a flaw is defined by how much you care about it. Very confusing, but I think it's internally consistent for him. What do you think is worse, Clean Price Gaming or Downward Thrust? I feel like they're the same thing, but I'd have to watch a few videos to decide who's worse, I suppose. No, you deservedly shit on Downward Thrust, but have you seen The Gamer from Mars? I'd rate that guy as bad as DT. Yes, I know about him, and yes, he's a vampire of YouTube. He's one of the biggest vampires of YouTube. He relies on everyone else making content for him to be able to make content, which is sad. And I know you could say that about any critic. It's like, I rely on Bloodborne having been made to make a video on Bloodborne if I ever did, but I get to add all my own shit. All the Gamer from Mars does is regurgitate what everyone else has already said. Say, for example, why did JonTron leave? He can cover all the epic stuff that happened with Game Grumps and then talk about the debate he had with Destiny and then say that he disappeared from the internet in shame only to return vaguely after doing blah blah blah. It's like all stuff we already know if you just go to a Wikipedia page, while you won't be able to get my assessment of Bloodborne from anyone else because my whole premise is that I'm trying to go extensive, perhaps to my own what would be the word, my own badness, but I would assume that the funny comparison is I was talking to a different YouTuber and he asked me who I debated recently, and I said it was Just Right, and he said, who's that? And I said it's a essay channel that does like 10-minute videos discussing a point in films. And then he was like, okay, you've just narrowed that down to like 1,000 people. And I was like, oh right, yeah. At least you could say it's bad for my reputation that I'm looked at as the guy who doesn't allow you to have opinions or talks about objectivity. But there's only one Mauler. There's not like a million Maulers.
No.
So I have that going for me at least. Do you feel that Just Right had backed himself into a corner with his recent videos? If he ever makes another video like his Hobbit video, his audience will call him a hypocrite. I think that he loved The Last Jedi. He watched it and he thought, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. And so he was like, I have to defend it no matter what. And so it probably changed his viewpoint on life itself. He was like, I can't enjoy this and it has to be a bad film. Those two things don't work. And so now he has to like fall back on all the shit he would have said in his older videos, which is unfortunate. But there we are. Your mum is subjective. How dare you? But yes, Burger Lord and the Revocist, I think. Thank you both for the donations. What do you think of Nostalgia Critic? I think he's a giantism who barely does research on what he's talking about. Also really unfunny. I think he's a children's entertainer, and for that, good for him, but I would never take him seriously. I cannot objectively prove The Last Jedi is good to justify why I like it, so I'm going to devalue all forms of criticism, common sense, and skill in artwork, is all I hear from TLJ lovers. Can definitely be seen that way. I'm going to try and jump to the newer parts of chat. The doesn't bother me is the real world version of doesn't look like anything to me. I swear people will overlook shit if they can feel better about it. I kind of see that way, yeah. I telling me it doesn't bother you is so bizarre, 'cause it's like, I didn't ask if it bothered you. My assessment is Just Right as an intellectual who refuses to believe he's just wrong. Oh, I feel like this is very echo chambery. It's like everybody's against Just Right in my community. It's like, I'm not saying that there's a strong argument to be made for how he's right, but it does feel a little bit one-sided. It's just my human guilt kicking in. The word you were looking for is detriment. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Thank you. And thanks for the $2. Do you feel that The Revenant is a great movie? I need to watch it again. I saw it when it came out, and I feel like that was many tisms ago. But I wasn't particularly moved by the film. But I remember it having amazing direction, so there's that. Will Infinity War be better if Thanos says something like, I didn't use the Reality Stone because I was going easy on you? I would say yes, if not for the fact that he almost lost. Someone like Thanos shouldn't be risking that shit if it's his life goal. You shouldn't be like, I'm going to play with these heroes, even though my whole life has been building to this moment, and then nearly lose, and then still not use the Reality Stone. It's like, come on, man. Because the thing is, I do actually think he was kind of playing with Iron Man. Especially when he says all of that for a drop of blood, and he's like smiling, trying to prove to Iron Man that he has no chance, sort of thing. So he's definitely testing, and he definitely does that in the film as well. It's just, I don't think it makes sense for Thanos to be doing that from his own perspective. Like, I'd love to talk to him about it. I'd be like, dude, why didn't you just reality them all away immediately? And you could definitely argue for how he was caught off guard or whatever, but there'll be certain parts to the scene that I'd want to isolate and be like, this is where he should be using it and he isn't, and I don't know why. If that answers your question. Pretty good guy. Short video essays would be lessons from the screenplay. I do like lessons from the screenplay. His Jurassic Park video was on point as fuck. But I still think his Last Jedi video was flawed, and I wouldn't mind talking to him about that, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to get a conversation with him. I feel like that about most YouTube content creators, so maybe.
Oh wow. Fuck. Seems like the AI of the sack dudes are a bit tismy. When they get done, they'll need a second reboot. Yeah. It depends though, because if they haven't reached the second like stage where they buff themselves, then I think that's what they're doing. That's what they're standing still. They're like preparing to buff.
Seen Pacific Rim. I watched Pacific Rim's sequel and I thought it was so bad it was funny as hell. I can't believe what happened, because the first one isn't as tismy, but my goodness, the second one is a new brand of tism. Have you seen Cosmonaut Variety Hour videos? He has terrible arguments against the MCU movies. He contradicts himself a lot. I've only seen 3 videos from him and all of them were unimpressive. I don't get what the deal is with him. And doesn't he talk like this? He always makes his voice like this, and I don't get why people think that that is his natural state. Because anybody can do this, and it makes your voice artificially soft. Or I suppose you could call it easy on the ears.
That's offensive to my people.
And it really bugs me when I listen to it, because I'm like, stop doing that. Like, please. Alex Steinberg with the $5. Truth and honesty will always end in one-sided conversations with open and honest debaters. That's why Mueller always comes out as the more smarter one. Oh dear. The more smarter one. But thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Luke Robbins, £10. From the stream you were referencing, the guy was trying to fix the plot when you mentioned the whole Yoda lightning scene. He was trying to retcon it to make it work. Which is interesting, right? Also, thank you for the donation. But,
oh my god.
he was trying to argue, like, singularly objective points that could be discerned, and then when he gave up on the hyperdrive one, he just, like, calls for a subjectivity. I was just like, you are not paying attention to your own rules. For Bloodborne, well, fair enough. Thank you, Steele Johnson. Appreciate it. What is the whole Evolved Critics thing about? I'll just say, check out the recent video from Wolf's channel where me and him speak to a content creator. Creatori
parapori.
That voice sounds like Ryan Johnson. I'm gonna go. I think it's a higher pitch to sound like Ryan Johnson, isn't it? But maybe.
Are you implying that Ryan Johnson is feminine?
I said he had a high pitch. If you were saying that high pitch means feminine, that is sexist.
You're high pitch feminine.
What's a channel you would recommend for me besides I Hate Everything, Ralph the Movie Maker, or YMS? I would recommend Retro Ahoy. I would recommend ER. And I would recommend Passion of the Nerd. But unfortunately he doesn't have enough stuff outside of Buffy right now to really sell his channel easily. But the other two stretch across a couple of pieces of content that you might be able to find something with. And then, like, Wolf is a much more controversial version of me, I suppose. I don't even know if that would actually be accurate. Who's more controversial, me or Wolf?
Jenna.
Alright, I recommend Jenna's channel. Do you think Star Wars would be better if Finn was the Jedi instead of Rey? I like the idea of him being the Stormtrooper who's turned against the First Order. I just wish they did something with it. I don't understand why they even introduced him that way if they weren't going to do anything with it, you know? It was weird. Oh my god, I just looked at OBS again. Why is it so laggy? I need a new PC. I think I might be able to do it next month. I'm thinking about it, because, like, I feel like it would just end all of my stupid technical issues. Or at least I'd hope it would, anyway.
Mm.
So this has got to be to do with my CPU. Especially in summer, too.
You're not even streaming, like you're not playing a game on your PC, technically.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this rough. I don't know what it is. It might help if I turned off Discord, but I kind of want to be able to talk to you, so...
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have to turn off Discord.
No, but its process is ridiculous, and I don't know why. So I assume it would make it easier for my CPU.
Be dead. Oh my fucking god, what a fucking tism. I always have so much trouble in this stupid farming area.
Which one?
The earlier stages of Yargul.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, sack people can be...
Everything kills me. Sack dudes kills me, pigs kills me, fucking, like, the old ladies that cut your throat off kills me. So tis me.
Do you think JJ liked 8, or was he pissed? Oh, I have no idea if JJ Abrams actually liked episode 8. The fact is I have lots to say about JJ's own work, so... Perhaps he did love it, maybe he didn't. The fact that he had his own outline and it was completely ignored, I would have thought that would annoy him, but who knows, man. Who knows? Do you play games on your TV? I play them on a monitor because I have an Elgato HD60, I think they're called. So it is attached just to my motherboard underneath my graphics card. Or above my graphics card, actually, I can't remember. Wow, that took a lot of health off me. Aren't you autism? Do 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 do. Shrek had to ruin it all. Just tell him to run through everything until he gets to the checkpoint that leads to the start. Maybe play Bloodborne on your PS4? Bloodborne was free on the PS Store. Oh, well, I mean, do you mean like stream from the PS4? It just makes it more complicated for me to be able to have everything else going. I essentially have to ask that you guys are able to get over the whole laggy stream, because, I mean, I imagine you're not really here to see Bloodborne gameplay as opposed to just having a chat with me, you know? So it should be alright.
Did you just assume their wants and needs?
I did, and I am proud of it.
Wow.
More intelligent, my humblest apologies. It's absolutely okay, Alex. Thank you very much for the donation. And DTG499. Well, Thanos in the comics had a bad habit of subconsciously limiting himself for the sake of the challenge. Take that as you will. I mean, if they'd given a bit more of that in the film, I'd be able to concede that. But Thanos gambled big time by fighting all of them instead of just bloofing them or plooping them. Whatever word feels more accurate.
I cannot believe that just fucking happened. Oh my god.
See, that would be Fortia's reaction if he had turned Iron Man into bubbles. You just sit in the audience in the cinema like, I cannot believe that just fucking happened.
Some guy next to you is like, I know, right? And then you high five. And then you get thrown out.
Do you listen to Weezer? There's only the one song, I think, that everyone else knows as well, if I'm thinking of the same band. What do you think of the 2005 Battlefront 2 campaign? I like it. I just think it's not very overly complicated, but I really like what they were doing with it, and I think it was great to get some insight from the Stormtroopers, or the Clone Troopers, I suppose. I liked it. Wow, that dealt a lot of damage. Die, tismy snakeface. Ever heard of MoviePass? No. What build you doing in Bloodborne? I've leveled health and leveling strength and going with the axe, as you could probably tell. And next up is the Shadows of Yharnam. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. Don't ignore me a third time I even use an at. You should be using ats anyway, mortal. Gosh, how do you think I can catch everything? Which, yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch every question today. There are so many. While you and Wolf argued this shit with that guy, I beat the final Valkyrie from God of War. Excellent, Luke. Excellent.
The
Congratulations.
real question, though, is was it on the hardest difficulty?
Oh man, don't take away his win. Do you think that H-Bomb's video on DS2 ironically served to mask actual value that can be found in the game with its elements of invented value? Yes, I think that he made the conversation even more toxic about DS2 and he could have cleared it up. I could have made a video that was a lot kinder to DS2. I just wanted to be clear about how much negative shit was in the game. But let's say he made a video all about what's bad in DS2 and that was it. Maybe in response I could have made one that was like, no, there are good things in the game. But he chose to invent a bunch of crap that didn't exist and also shit on DS1, so yeah, it definitely screwed everything up there. And it gets referenced by DS2 fans as counter-arguments, and which has just screwed everything up even more because people don't take it seriously. I mean, if you go to his comment section, my name is still getting posted there in the new comments, which is just hilarious. It's sad that Just Right chose to evolve when his evolution was throwing out anything grounded in reality that masses of people can agree on, for it's your personal preference. Yeah, I see it as a shame overall, because it makes conversation so much easier if you can just agree that there is a reality, and then you can feel things about that reality. For $10 a month, you get to see a movie every day as long as you haven't seen it before. I don't think that would last. Would it? It probably would, but I think I wouldn't want to watch a movie every day. I'd feel like it would almost get to be a chore, I imagine. You're gonna play Neo? I do want to. I can drop in and out of these games, and I want to give Neo a strong chance. Maybe once I've done the TFA script, I can give it like a strong amount of time. Workshop doll or Maria for best waifu? Oh, Maria. She can handle herself as well. She's a strong, independent woman. I'd want to hang out with that, you know.
That's not at all creepy.
I disagree, because that's your subjective objectivity getting in the way.
That's your objectives subjecticism.
Do you like Lord of the Rings or Aragon? I love Lord of the Rings. I don't know anything about Aragon, book or film. How does the story in Bloodborne compare to the rest of the Soulsborne series? Which Souls game would you say has the best story? I've heard Bloodborne gets referenced as the best one. I'd have to look into it, because I have no fucking clue what the story is in this game from playing it. Which seems like the standard formula for From Software Soulsborne games.
Lore.
Mutual, I would love to see what you think are valuable elements in DS2, considering I found none myself. Well, we've talked about it a couple times, but what are they called? The things that boost an area to New Game Plus? I've forgotten.
Something.
As a mechanic, I think those are neat, and I would welcome them in the other games, because I'd like to be able to refight bosses without having to fight through the whole game again. Don't know how you guys feel about that. Are you going to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I don't really care about the Tomb Raider games. I think Joseph Anderson has covered all of them. You can check him out checking it out, I believe. I'm still waiting for his God of War video. I'm certain that's coming soon. I really hope it's not going to be Tizumi.
Is Joseph Anderson a good one?
He's a 50-50 one. He made the Soma video that's like the worst Soma analysis in history. Aside from like AVGs. ACGs, sorry. The good stuff he did, or at least from my perspective, I thought his Witness video was pretty good, and his something else, I don't know, and I haven't seen everything from him, but I didn't like his... Remember, we watched his Dark Souls videos, you've probably forgotten at this point.
No.
But not impressed with his Dark Souls ones either.
Is that what it's called?
Bonfire Aesthetic, yes, that's the one.
Yeah. You can think outside the box for that one.
I don't think either me or Fortier have seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I'm afraid. Do you think Star Wars can recover, or is it too far gone to get people back? It would be tough. You're gonna have to pander like crazy to get people back. And I don't mean shoving Darth Maul into the films. I don't even know at this point, honestly. You'd have to ask a couple of experts in the field, because beyond making a good film, I don't even know if it's possible, because even a good film's going to suffer now because of all the crap that they've put everyone through, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I can tell you this much, Episode 9 is going to be critically panned for the most part. It is the end of a horrible trilogy. It cannot fucking work. Like, I don't want to say it definitively. Of course, there is a chance it could work. It's just so unlikely. And, like, it's unlikely to the point of hilarity.
That's rude.
You're rude.
I'm sorry.
You're a rude. Could you make a video about facts and opinions? No one seems to remember what they are. Oh man. You put a little sad face after it. If you look at the definition of opinion, though, it can... Your position could be a fact. As in, it's my opinion that Bloodborne is a game, but that is a fact also, and at that point, it's redundant as an opinion. That's how I would sort of rationalize it, because apparently an opinion can absolutely be based on a fact, as in... You kill things in Bloodborne. It's my opinion that you kill things in Bloodborne. But at that point, it's like, what is even the point in saying that? It's just a fact. So, you know, for me, you would save opinions for stuff like, well, I love Bloodborne. It's like my favorite game. And someone says to that, well, that's your opinion. It's like, yes, it is. If that makes any sense, anyway. You debating I Hate Everything is a must. I will try and get I Hate Everything to... maybe come to a stream at some point where I could maybe have a debate of some kind with him. Oh gosh.
Did you record the
Wolf did.
conversation you guys had? Oh, but I hated it and didn't want to share it or something?
Well, Wolf ended it by saying, like, he has it, is it cool if it's made public? And then Alex was like, no. And then he was like, no? And he was like, yeah, I don't want... I think the argument he made was like, I didn't know it was being recorded, which is fair, right? Like, I am okay with that, because it's like, that's not... that's rude. You can't just record somebody and then put it online without their knowledge. But the problem for Alex becomes, why don't you want it made public? It's not like you said anything that was incriminating, right? Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard Just Right say right like 100 times when I was listening back to the debate. He says right a lot, right?
Right?
In your opinion. The new Tomb Raiders are rubbish. The faux reality doesn't work. Lara would have been raped a lot after she got captured. I mean, they did sort of approach that, right? But they I shouldn't say that anymore. That was nearly happened, and then she like shoots the guy in the cutscene, if I remember. Feminist Frequency probably had a problem with that. I don't remember what, but it must have been something. But yes, thank you for the £10, sir. Very much appreciated. If you were a rapper, what would your rap name be? Morley G, obviously. Can I drop down and kill stuff here?
Say that I'm level 92 and you have more health than me. I need to put more into vitality. Yeah, funnily enough, putting points onto vitality kind of breaks the game. In a very subtle way. You just won't die.
Some ways aren't subtle. Oh my goodness, am I dead? Come on, health build, pull through. Wow! They pulled off all of my health with that move? Okay. I suppose I was being poisoned too, but wow.
Goddamn, these Sactus have basically no tell for their moves. Yeah, some of the moves are kind of hard to see.
Just wondering what you thought of Total Biscuit, as he seemed like a polarizing figure who was either loved or hated. I didn't agree with everything he said, but I had a lot of respect for him, and he was influential on my work. So, definitely liked the man a lot. He says right a lot. That's why he's called Just Right. That makes sense. Who been playing anything recently besides Bloodborne or God of War? Oh, Jurassic World Evolution. I played a bit of that. I like that game.
You loved it.
I mean, I really loved it at first, and then it got kind of boring. Because I figured everything out, and then I was like, oh, that's it. I really wish the game had more going for it, because it's such a great start. Who wants to guess that my echoes are not where I died? Stop eating me!
Man, can these fucking Tisms drop the stupid twin shards already?
I know,
I've gone
right?
through this area so many times now.
I mean, at the very least, you're still getting souls. Or chugglers. Have you seen Sean's The Last Jedi video? Oof, Sean's Last Jedi video is awful. Like, Just Right had a good plan, which is to basically say, I take all your facts and I throw them in the subjective bin, because everything's subjective. And it's like, good strategy, because I have to prove that you believe that subjectivity is not a thing when it comes to facts, in order to, even have the argument in the first place. So he wins that one. But fucking Sean made a bunch of arguments that are tismy as hell. He was like, Holdo didn't tell him the plan because there are scenes in which it's described that he doesn't trust her, and superiors are allowed to not tell plans to lower beings, especially ones that have been demoted. And I was just sitting there like, oh man, how have you not heard the counter arguments to this? It's like, the film's been out for like 1,000,000 years. Like, everybody said this like day one. It's a military thing. You don't have to tell your subordinates your plan. It's like, that doesn't counter the rest of the arguments, which I got to give to Just Right, by the way, which was neat. But yeah, the biggest failure of Holdo is that she said nothing when Poe threatened to basically kill everybody on the ship. And if the reasoning is, she was teaching him a lesson about being reckless, it's like, fuck off. That's stupid. But yeah, Sean's video was so awful that, like, I'd have, like, absolute confidence in watching him squirm in a debate. It would be so much fun. And it's weird as well, because I really liked his responses to Cinema Sins. There are some things that he really managed to point out with Cinema Sins that was good shit. But then again, I guess that's really easy targets, because Cinema Sins is just annoying. There's no lap dance in this thing. Ding. I do not like these opening credits. Ding. This film has Alien in it. -5 dings. And you're like, what the fuck? What are the dings?
Ding, 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 ding.
Where do you stand on the potential Avengers 4 and Phase 4 devolving down the SJW abyss? I'm hoping that Avengers 4 is going to be great, but who knows? It's pretty difficult to make it perfect, but I have faith in the Russo brothers. Really like their work. As for the future of the MCU, I'm not sure how invested I'm going to be if the original Avengers are pretty much gone by the end of the next film. I don't know. With new heroes, new storylines, I'm going to have to see what they do. But I'm not too hopeful, because I really like Phase 1 through 3, if you will, and I'm probably just going to keep that.
I do too.
I'll just call it #MyMCU.
I think it's going to be really hard to top that. I mean, first of all, they have a bunch of the main characters, if you will, that made Marvel, like, the most famous characters of Marvel, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really hard to top that.
Yeah, because it's not just their recognizability or their powers, it's the fact that, like, Tony Stark as a character, it's like, once you lose him, you're going to bring in another, like, totally not Tony Stark to replace him. So
Yeah.
I really hope not. Oh my god, fine. Where are my antidotes, Mom?
I like to imagine that there's a bunch of heads in those bags. Oh god. Could also be bodies.
Let the
'Cause they carry you into this place, right? I thought it was
Oh, that
Spooky.
guy was worth 50k souls. Neat. I want a video of a lap dance or you get a ding. Fair enough. Since you said you were in a bit of an echo chamber, you can agree that something is objectively a flaw, but that flaw does less damage to the whole. Something wrong could be a -1 or -10. I agree with that, Dennis. For example, if Gandalf is wearing a wristwatch in Lord of the Rings, that is inherently an issue in terms of, I guess, accuracy to the time/rules of the universe. But if it doesn't do absolutely anything in the plot and you only see it for a split second because it's literally a mistake in the, wardrobe department, then yeah, it doesn't fucking matter beyond like a 1, as you just said. But when you've got like the hyperdrive kamikaze, or them randomly bumping into somebody who can break them out of jail, get them a ship, and hack into the First Order, these are major issues.
What if he pulled up his sleeve and looked at the time?
That would be a bigger issue than the other one, but it still doesn't actually affect the plot. Unless he's like, the only way we can tell where we're supposed to go in 10 minutes, I have my wristwatch. We're like, Gandalf, what the fuck?
Gandalf, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I fucking hate Captain America. I was cheering for him to die in Civil War. I hated Captain America for a long time, but honestly, Civil War kind of made me like him a lot. But it doesn't change the fact that Tony is my favourite. But thank you for the £5, Luke Robbins. Appreciate it. Just because an actor is an SJW, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to bleed into a role. True, DTG. And I'm not necessarily agreeing that we're set to have SJW MCU from now on. I'm just going to give it a chance. I'm looking forward to whatever they do, but I don't like the idea of the Russo brothers leaving after Avengers 4 because, my god, have they been consistent with their quality.
Drax is my favorite.
Liar.
What?
How could you? I think that Wolf is a good critic, but it can get annoying when he talks about the state of Hollywood. Well, I don't know. I think that he's relatively on point with Hollywood having this. I mean, would you not say that there has been a pattern with modern films where all their writing is like going down the toilet? Because I kind of feel like it is. I know Infinity War is inherently a counterexample, but I'm assuming that's what Wolf is saying. There's not every film, but it's a lot of films. But I'd be interested to hear his perspective on what he thinks is happening with Hollywood. I suppose.
How does a wristwatch tell you where to go? The fuck, Gandalf?
Gandalf, you're fucking magic. What the hell? I don't have to explain it to you. Like, he uses it to kill Sauron, so I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't know.
It's a James Bond watch. It has, like, poison darts or something.
He's like, how could you do that, Gandalf? Then he's like, you do loads of stuff that's crazy. You're like a giant eye.
I can do one thing.
Oh, so you could be a giant eye in a tower, but I can't be fucking Tism Watch. Okay. I'm leaving. Sorry for bothering you. Oh, wow. Why sit down? Why can't I disable this feature? Have you watched any of the channel Every Frame of Painting? Yeah, I've watched all their videos, and I hate that they don't make any more. And what I feel like unfortunately happened with Every Frame of Painting is I feel like they're part of the blame for what happened with essay channels. They got so many bad clones. Like, I feel like Downward Thrust is a bad clone of that style of channel, where it's like, welcome to my video essay, in which I'm going to discuss the real reason behind the failures of the latest incarnation of the Mass Effect series. And then they go on some rant about like how a developer said that player choice is second to narrative-driven emotional resonance reader response theory, and then you're like, what even is this? It's just words.
What is the red car law?
I love that I've made that video now, because it'll just be relevant every time I watch this shit. I'm not even kidding, dude. You know when you said reader response theory, it came up as 3 words on a blurred background in white writing, just like my fucking parody video. It was so funny to watch him say. He's like, reader response theory.
What the fuck is that?
That's what you're supposed to say with my video.
Reader response theory. So it's the theory of how a reader reacts to your text?
I think so. So he explained it to me as he was giving an analytical, academic way of explaining opinions, basically, like what they're generated by. He wanted to put academic words behind the idea that we all just look at things differently, and I'm just
wanted to sound smart.
Well, my whole issue with the video was like, why are you taking so long to say something so simple? And like, apparently that was his goal, and I was like, okay, so do you think that helps people understand?
Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, fuck, there were plenty of times when me and Wolf had to ask what he was saying and like rewind and pause and be like, okay, what? And a lot of people in the comment section were like, you're taking him out of context. And this happened with the Drunken Peasants whenever they watched videos and paused. But the idea is that you... Say, for example, I'm saying Bloodborne is a game which makes it in the realm of video games on and to be judged as such. And you pause me at halfway through. And then you're like, he's not even saying that it should be judged as such. And it's like, he says it just after. But the thing is, if that ever happened, I would then pull my points back. I'd be like, oh shit, okay, sorry. And I said several times, he might account for this in a moment, and then doesn't, and I'd be like, oh, well, there we are then.
Yeah.
So I felt like I'm very hyper aware of taking people out of context. That's why I did what I did with Harris. I was like, we're taking this in sections of paragraphs, and people were still like, you're taking it out of context. It's like, it's the whole goddamn video. So, yes, I am aware of it, and I feel like his video was dreadful with context, for anybody who's curious. But don't worry, that's subjective, because I said I feel it. Or
I feel like your video is objectively bad.
Fucking Mel said orcademic.
I don't get it. Like, what's the point of putting academic terms to something that no one is gonna understand anyway?
Well, I genuinely challenge people to watch the video and ask them, I was like, did you really retain everything he said in that video? There are so many phrases and words that are going to make it into my next April Fool's video. Like, reader response theory, I'm taking that one for one. That's just hilarious. And you know, like, some academic did come up with it. Some guy with a monocle and a pipe, and he was like, yes, well, you see, when people read into a subject of any kind, they have a response. And not every response is the same. And this is my theory. A theory of reader response. Reader response theory. And you're like, alright. So you just said that, people react to stuff different. Good. With regards to this dude, I can rinse him. He's using postmodernism to judge everything. Thank you for the £5 again, Luke Robbins. And a lot of people were commenting that on Wolf's video as well, that he is a postmodernist, which I've come to understand essentially means that there is no truths, that everything is subjective, that you can't judge anything definitively. And I believe that is where the participation award is birthed, where it's like one child draws what is essentially a one-for-one remake of the Mona Lisa, and then someone else poops on a paper, and it's like, well, you both get the medal. Because you both tried. Doesn't feel quite right, does it?
It feels left.
It subjectively feels objectively wrong. Reader response theory pretty much says that everyone will see things differently in a movie because of what happens in their life. Do we seriously need a theory for that? Everyone knows this. I feel the same way, man. Say for example, there's a friend of mine who is in a wheelchair, and he associated heavily with what happens in Doctor Strange because it's a man suffering with essentially losing the ability to use his fingers as he once did, and he admitted that like he likes that movie probably a lot more than he would had that not happened to him. And it's like, there you go, that's already explained it. I just did Just Right's video in a few seconds. Have you bought the film tickets yet? I have indeed, sir. For Wednesday at 12 o'clock. Sicario 2. There you go, guys. I'm going to see Sicario 2. I probably won't make a video on it, though, because it's probably going to be good, but I'd probably want to make one on Sicario 1. I don't know. But if it's amazingly good, I'll probably make a video. But I'm hoping it's going to be good, because I really like the first one.
Rip The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I do end up making a video, that's going to put The Force Awakens on hold again. Where'd you get your icon from? A artist friend of mine did it quickly because he looked at my channel before it and was like, it's really ugly, I want to make you something. And I was like, okay, man. I wouldn't mind an update, to be honest, but I need to find an artist again. But like, an artist that can make something that I'd want to keep for good, if that makes sense.
What kind of icon would you want? Like,
oh, the same thing, but like a HD cool version, and you could still make it cartoony, but you know, mine's very flat right now. You can, the easy way to compare it would be look at Wolf's current one versus his one from about a year ago, and it's like, oh, that is an update. That's the kind of update I'd probably want. Meowler. Who do you think's the worst character in Disney Star Wars? Ooh.
Tico?
I guess, but L3 is probably my most hated character.
No, I haven't seen that, so I mean, yeah, I can. From what you have told me, she does seem extremely annoying.
Just a little bit.
Can I get you something? Equal rights?
Don't remind me. Hype levels for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Cautiously optimistic. I like the first one. I'm hoping the next one's going to be fun. So according to reader response theory, how bad will the next Star Wars be? I could make you something. I mean, you know, I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want to have you make something and then go, I don't want to use it, you know? So if you've got free time and you want to experiment and then show me something, that's cool, but I don't want to say that I don't want to commission anybody until I've seen, like, work they've done, I suppose.
I mean, if you tell them what you want, maybe they'll have a better...
I don't really have anything beyond... The thing is, the person who made my one now...
high definition one of the one you have now.
That would be my thing. I'd be like, base it off the one I have now and make it sweet. Like, I got
Make
nothing.
it good.
Make it good, God.
Make it hold the lightsaber.
I'm fine, the Tisms of Yharnam.
Tico doesn't count. She has no character.
Clearly you're missing the 7 basic storytelling questions being answered. Idiot.
You can talk to Jenna that way. What the fuck?
Oh, I was talking to you that way.
Oh, okay.
I did not want to do that. Jesus. How am I still alive? You kidding me? I should totally be dead.
Because you have a lot of health. That's why.
Good point. Stop flamming!
Who's flamming? Where you at?
The Tisms of Yharnam.
Oh, those are some tisms.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Wow.
What happened?
He like did a move that was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all my health gone. It's like, oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a tism move right there.
Have you ever watched Razor Fist?
One more twin.
Have you ever watched Razor Fist stuff? I have not. Sorry if I missed it, but have you checked out Nerdwriter? I'm not a fan of Nerdwriter. I think he's a bad clone of every frame of painting, and he's a big part of the problem. He made like a few videos that I like, but I've seen so many from Nerdwriter that I'm just like, you gonna make a theory video of what would happen to Solaire and Lautrec switch places? I don't imagine so. Maybe Vati video will do that. That sounds like his cup of tism.
What was the question?
A theory video on what would happen if Solaire and Lautrec switched places.
Huh.
I was driving more
places in what
towards-
sense? Just like the characters? Like Solaire kills the Firekeeper or what?
I don't know. I was driving more
I was
towards the
confused.
idea that depending on where you are coming, different floors are put down if quantified, while some good things can be blown higher than they should. Yeah, I suppose it's your prerogative to then test your theories out and see how they compare. The way I argued it with I Hate Everything, for example, was when I explained the hyperdrive issue, I asked him, is that a nitpick? And he was like silent, and then I explained that like the plot rests on this point. Would you not agree that it is important? It is a serious point. It affects large portions of the story, which is the whole, point of it. And he was like, yes. And I was like, excellent. Now we can move to another one. Because I'm not saying the film is bad overall because of this one flaw. I just wanted to move through them. So I suppose if your theory can, if everyone is on board, then it would probably be well tested at that point. But if they were to disagree, then they're going to have to suggest, strong reasoning for why it isn't accurate, is kind of what I would say about that. What's worse, Jurassic World or Fallen Kingdom? Probably Fallen Kingdom. There is so much more to rip into Fallen Kingdom for. That's what I've personally found. Are we sure you and Vati aren't the same person? I can't do an Australian accent. That's actually Kiwi, I think.
Wait, is Vati Vidya... Vati Vidya, is he Australian?
Isn't he like... He's super soft-spoken, and he talks like this, I think. I'm not sure. I'd need to watch his videos again. But...
I don't think he's Australian. I think he's just like English or American or shit.
somebody in chat probably knows. Have you ever watched
Yeah,
Edgar
tell
Wright's
us.
movies? I adore the Cornetto trilogy. Have you seen Major Lee's videos on The Last Jedi? Nope. What do you plan on doing next after this whole Star Wars fiasco is said and done? MCU is kind of my next big target because I love the MCU. I really want to talk about all the stuff I love in it and all the stuff I hate in it because there's lots of tisms.
Oh, I just bought the vials for the extra souls that I have, and I ended up with 0 souls.
Neat.
Oh.
Is a debate with YMS out of the question? I mean, I don't think he's going to debate me because I don't even know what the subject would be, and I don't think he'd want that to be the first interaction with me where he's just like, oh great, some YouTuber wants to debate me. I'd love to have a conversation with him. I don't know what we disagree on, but there's going to be something. But I might be able to get a spot on the Sardonicast one day. That could be cool. I had everything said he wouldn't mind. But it could be like years from now, who knows. But yes, I would happily talk to YMS, and you know what? The subject could be the MCU, because he seems to think that like everything in the MCU is a below average film, and I would happily disagree. Could animals give consent? Oh, Alex. Follow-up question, what's worse, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, or Black Panther? Probably Fallen Kingdom. Again, so many plot issues, it's insane. Like, I don't know how they constructed that without noticing a singular issue. I don't know where I'm going right now. Ow.
I'm gonna kill the cleric beast.
Thanks, Matt. Is that supposed to be Mauler? We'll be checking out every frame of his channel. Found Nerdwriters. Oh, that's already gone away now. Any fears that the MCU could soon end up in the same state the comics are in?
Oh shit.
It's possible, but from what I've heard, that would be pretty bad, because the comics pretty bad. Do you think Captain Marvel will be terrible? I don't know, man. I haven't got anything to go on, really. At least Samuel Jackson's in it, right? You talked about everything? How did that go? You talked about Star Wars? We did. I'm gonna try and make it so we can talk about it to him again, but we shall see. Alan, Ray Rose and Admiral Holdo. Marry one, kill one, screw one. Kill Holdo. And I don't know. The last two is too hot. I don't want to marry either of them.
What were the options?
Marry, kill, screw.
And which people?
Ray, Rose, and Holdo. Like, you don't want to be married to any of those three.
No. Ray's such a goody-goody. You just feel bad for
Existing.
going to the toilet.
Do you think that the Bloodborne movie would be good or just trash fire like most game movies are? It would depend on who's making it, I suppose, but I think Bloodborne could work in a movie format. Don't you, Fortismus?
Maybe.
What is your
Wait,
favorite?
what? I don't know, never mind.
What's your favorite movie of last year? I don't know. I'd have to remind myself of what came out last year because I'm not even sure.
The Prestige.
I don't think that came out last year.
Oh, okay, shit. I saw it last year, though.
Hey, that worked.
Oh my god. Thing
Ow.
outside the box said, I would marry Rose. She has a smaller body, so she would be easier to hide.
That's racist, probably. Oh, that worked? Nice. Gimme.
Good job. Fuck. Do I have to do Amelia now? Fuck.
How could your thing only do that much damage while also throwing me that far in the air? That's ridiculous.
Retanculon 2.0.
Footing! Ow.
Sounds like a robot.
Oh,
Redankulon.
Jiminy Christmas. Aha, joke's on you. Oh.
Hello, I am Redankulon.
That sounded like an alien. That's not really what I was going for, but oh, I shouldn't have been knocked out of that game. That's rude. Ow. The shadows of Yartist. Oh right, I've got echoes in here somewhere I should probably grab. Oh, there they are. Stop tisming me.
Can we flism you though?
Wow, that guy just went through my full charge. No. No. Oh my god, Fire Dude, you're annoying me.
What the fuck? I thought you had iframes when opening doors. Crap.
Apparently not. Haha. Ow.
Would you say it's worth using the beast pellet on Amelia or not?
I think you'll be
like enough damage.
I think you'll be fine for damage anyway. Oh, floor him off. Wow. Alright, you are dying now, okay? Agree. Oh. What? I don't even know what killed me. I miss the cleaver. I feel like the cleaver was just overall the best weapon this whole game.
Yeah, I want to do another one with the cleaver just to see like how much better it is.
Your film video critiques are so exacting and detailed that they rival doctorate-level dissertations. Continue to produce these fine and cogent projects. Very well, Rugis. Thank you very much. Jurassic Park 3 or Fallen Kingdom? I think 3 is much better than Fallen Kingdom. That is absolutely fine, Dennis. High five. Is Bloodborne the aftermath of a postmodern, overly feministic world? You know, I don't know. But if you ask the developers, they might be able to answer that a bit better than me. Awful Tier, he knows a lot about Bloodborne.
Hold on, I'm fighting Tism.
He cannot answer you, he is fighting Tisms. Oh, is he literally saying play Fortnite over and over again? Okay. I don't really like Fortnite because I don't play it. Favorite film director? It could be the Russo brothers right now.
Oh yeah, I would probably agree with that. Yeah, Amelia's dead. Dude, holy shit, this weapon does so much more damage than the fucking cane. Oh my god.
It's not even fair to compare them.
Like, seriously. It's like, it has to be at least twice as much. Oh.
Yeah, you just feel crippled using the cane. Crippled in damage, not, you know, in as if crippled people are bad. God, I'm not an ableist, guys. Soul Cleaver
I
or
have someone in my
Spear
chat asking what a tism is. How do you explain that to someone who doesn't know?
If you don't know what a tism is, you're pretty much a tism.
That's what Jenna said.
What do you think of Matthew Batosis' favorite boss, Mikolash? I would rather you ask Fortier that question.
What the fuck? I hate the boss.
Yeah, I think Mikolash is awful in terms of design, and that's something I'd love to talk to.
Boss.
Wait, the worst boss what?
I think Mikolash is the worst boss in the game.
There you have it.
Rom is a close second.
I think I would agree that he's the worst boss in the game, actually. I don't... There's so little value to Mikolash, it's just like...
Ooh, you know, that thing you sent me, where you can, like, rank the Marvel movies? Can you do one of those of your own?
I don't know why.
Because I would like to see, like, our rankings of the Bloodborne bosses from best to worst.
Oh, right. Yeah, that'd be cool.
See which one actually ends up, like, at the bottom, and see, like, the bottom 5 and the top 5. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Have you seen Rear Window? No. Have you heard about Star Wars Theory's fan film he is making? Also, thoughts on Ivan Ortega's re-edit of The Last Jedi? I've been told about that a couple times. I haven't I don't know anything about it, so I'm sure it's entertaining though. Tism or Fallen Kingdom? I would pick a Tism over Fallen Kingdom. What's the worst kind of Tism? I would argue that Ibratas, Daughter of the Cosmos, is the worst in terms of how bullshit it is, especially with the charge attack with the broken hitbox. See, that stuff, I agree with you on. It's more about like Mikolash. I don't even like. It's barely a boss. Is kind of like how I'm trying to look at it.
I mean, you chase him around, and then it's like fighting a fucking static NPC. Like, he just stands there until you attack him. And then he does like his fucking like and you step to the side and you continue hitting him. Step to the side, you continue hitting him. And then he's dead. And before that you have to chase him for like 20 minutes.
Who is the worst review and or rant for The Last Jedi you've seen, and what is the best? I mean, the best, if we just exclude any feelings I may have about my own, I think the Wolf's was really good for The Last Jedi, his 40-minute rant. He even covered what I would probably agree on being the positives where I didn't, so it's kind of a complete... Well, for rants anyway, I think I covered it in my critique.
Immortal.
I really liked...
Wow.
The guy who talked about Bathos, explaining how comedy killed The Last Jedi. I thought that was a really good video. The worst would go to Sean. I thought that was such an embarrassing fucking defense of The Last Jedi. But, you know, people like Just Right are not far behind. Hopefully that answers your question, and thank you for the donation. Really? Did I interrupt you, Mr. Footisms?
No, I was just gonna say that Metal said that he likes it better here.
Oh, right. It's safer in your stream, I think. There's lots of tisms in mine. Boomhammer versus Cleaver. What do you think? What do you like the most? I mean, is Boomhammer the Kirkhammer?
No, Boomhammer is the one that you can like light on fire. It's the one that the Hunter in the DLC has. One of the first ones.
Huh. I don't think I've used it, but I really like the Cleaver. I don't usually have this much trouble on the Shadows of Yharnam. I should probably take them a bit more seriously. I'm kind of trying to look at chat more than actually play the game.
You have played with Dex weapons lately, though. So maybe it's the fact that you're a little bit slower?
That could be it. Sup, I'm a new sub and have been binge watching all of your series in reverse. I actually just now was taking a break from your Soma Amnesia series to check out what was new, then bam, streaming. How you finding it, Violet? Also, hello and thanks for checking out my content. Thoughts on David Fincher's work? I like a lot of his work. I need to watch more of it to be more definitive, I suppose. You came to the wrong hood. Wolf's glowing review of Mauler brought me here. Oh yes, Wolf gave me a nice shout out in his latest video. He said that I make good content and that my review of Jurassic Park was good and funny, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Rob, thanks for the follow.
Who's playing? That's me. I'm playing. The Shadows of Yharnam is the definition of a gangbang. A little bit. All I need to do is knock out one of them, and then it should be fine. But I keep like getting close and then getting flormed. I mean, you saw how I just died, right? Like I was doing an attack, and all my health went to 0 during the attack, and it was just like, oh great. Ow. The Closer Look did that video.
Metal. Poor Metal.
Do you agree or disagree that The Dark Knight is the best comic book movie ever made? I personally can't decide. Haven't seen it in a while. I disagree. I think The Civil War is the best comic book movie ever made. And it's funny how much it triggers people. That film is like hated by so many people. But I will make my video for it to go over why I think the writing in Civil War is undoubtedly amazing. And in fact, I watched The Dark Knight recently with Alex and Metal, and we actually found a couple of problems in a row. Now, that doesn't change the fact that I love the film, and it doesn't change the fact that I think the film would probably rate up as being actually amazing. But couple of things don't quite add up, and it's nowhere near as bad as like fucking Dark Knight Rises, but still.
What things were they?
If I could go into, if you want to ask me that again, like when we're off stream, I'll go into them.
No.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how many times have you had sex with Wolf? I don't think numbers can count that high. World Class Bullshitters podcast put me to your channel. That's cool. I'm still always up for going back on there. They're good guys over on World Class Bullshitters. They're fun.
Metal, I've told you, stop pooping on people. It's rude.
I beat them on my first try. I think I had like the axe at 5 or 6. Well, I usually don't actually die to the Shadows of Yharnam. I'm not even kidding when I say like this is the first time I think I've ever died this many times in a row. I'm not even sure what's happening, to be honest. The way I see it is that I'm dying with like plenty of blood vials left. I'm just not using them. I'm letting like my health get too low and, you know, dying.
Damn, I'm forgetting to heal again.
Yeah, literally. I'm not even kidding. Why do you choose to be the way you are? That's a very philosophical question, I find. Have you seen VatiVidia's lore videos on the Soulsborne games? I have, Kenrick50, and thank you for the $5. I watched like all the ones that were available like 2 years ago, like a big binge watch, and I don't know, I guess I would return to them if I was going to do more work on Dark Souls to get better information about things.
Oh man, there was just an old lady that told me to go and die.
Wow. Also, are you finding that the axe is great for returning your rally?
Oh yeah, definitely. For some reason it hits like... It's not that it hits hard, it just returns a lot of rally for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's confusing. I'm about to do the witches with 14 insight. Wish me luck.
Oh, wait, what difference does it make?
Well, the more insight you have, the more tisms they spawn.
Oh. I did not know that. Ew, they're all throwing up all over me. Mom! He has a fire sword. What the? Okay, I think I'm starting to agree with you, Footier. I like their first phase, but I'm getting hit by shit that I don't even see. Like, their super long tism moves almost come across as if they're coming out of the fucking floor.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not gonna like snake phase either. Baha! That was weird. What? How did no one take a stagger there? Shouldn't someone have been a little bit... Oh, he's floming. No! Oh, I'm so gonna die. I forget how you even dodge the snakes, if I'm completely honest.
I've never learned.
I got lucky with the oh wow, I got lucky with both those dodges. Can you... Okay, relax, Shadows of Yharnam, okay? Fucking relax. Relax. Think it is. Oh my god, this is just tismy as hell. There's just shit everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you before, even though Emi says that he really likes them.
I like the first phase. I was enjoying it, and now it's just like floom, blob, gleam, flam. Stop summoning things. Do you need all of this garbage? Oh my god, and stupid Stretch Armstrong attack. Fuck you! Okay, good. See, I just needed to heal, guys. That was it. Sorry if I've missed lots of questions that you guys would have wanted to ask, but I am now looking at chat. Tism or Dark Souls 2? Fire Sword guy has a move that actually does come out of the floor. That's probably it then. What do you think of Matthew Matosis' The Lost Soul Arts of Demon Souls video? I would love to talk to him about it, because I love Matthew Matosis' channel, but my goodness, that video was weird. Also, wait, did I lose my echoes, or did I just not pick them up? Oh, that looks like my echoes. Or is that a summon? Oh, there's my echoes.
Usually if I want to stream when I'm back, I might have to redo my OBS systems. Wait, why? Did you reinstall your PC, Metal?
He did get
right,
new
you
parts,
got a
didn't he?
new PC.
Yeah.
Right.
Nibbling your toes. What year did you choose to come out as an Apache helicopter? That was 1963, I believe. What programs do you use to record for starting channel editing system, etc.? Audacity, Sony Vegas, and OBS, I suppose, yeah. Thoughts on Venom movie? It looks awful, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's gonna be amazing. Who knows?
Oh, Corp is here. Hey, Corp. It's 3 in the morning. Why are you still streaming? Because I am addicted.
Yeah, guys, Fortia's addicted. Leave him alone. It's natural to be addicted.
Yeah. Did I tell you that there was a girl in my class when I was in like 3rd grade who farted in the middle of the class, and everybody was like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" And she's like, "What? It's natural." And everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
It's natural, as if that just explains.
Yeah, it was the most tism thing ever.
It's like, you could literally just go to the extreme, be like, death is natural, doesn't mean we like it. It's natural.
I mean, I was in the 3rd fucking grade. I was like 10 years old. But like, I'm gonna make the most logical argument ever.
Favorite villain monologue? One of them is the introduction of Tywin in Game of Thrones. I absolutely love his fucking introduction. It's so good. But there's loads.
Man, tells a lot of jokes.
What?
The Joker.
Wouldn't it be the Joker?
Yes.
Where's the Tism? Oh, I see him. Wow. Get floored! Oh, that is satisfying. You just don't deserve any fucking anythings. Dude, the axe works really well on the first brain tisms you see that do the frenzy shit.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Good.
You know, like, even if they're above you, about to jump on you, the double tap thing, or the double spin, actually still hits them. Which is satisfying. Hello there.
But I really can't be asked to do anyways. I mean, Metal, if you download Streamlabs OBS, they've made a lot of stuff a lot simpler now.
Yeah, idiot.
It's still gonna take some time to do most isms, but I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff on mine. I think I have like 10 sources or something, whereas most of them aren't even being used right now because depends on what game I'm streaming.
I would enjoy a big breakdown video for why invading in Dark Souls should be an opt-in experience.
Oh, new overlay and stuff.
I'm pretty sure Fortier would agree with that statement. I'm pretty sure I do as well. That invasions should be an opt-in experience.
Opt-in?
Like, you have to authorize it. As in...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Fucking PvP is the worst shit in this game. These games.
Yeah, me and Fortier are not big fans of PvP in the Soulsborne series at all.
Hell to the no.
I don't think it's well put together. Action Brick, hello there. Favorite Quentin Tarantino film? Kill Bill 1 is my favorite, but I do like a lot of them a lot, though. I love Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction as well. Have you ever considered making top 10 videos? I have, but I want to make them good if I'm going to make them, because my god, do I hate top 10 videos for being vapid assessments. I'd want to make something a little bit unconventional instead of just top 10 villains or top 10 movies. I'd want it to be like, oh, that was an interesting idea to have a top 10 for, Mr. Mulesley. That's weird, but I like it.
Top 10 tisms.
Yeah. See? Oh my god, I can actually stagger the brain suckers as well.
With the heavy attack?
Yeah. I mean, you can do it with the heavy one-handed too. How did you steal that from me? That didn't even make sense. Give me back that health. One hop this time. Beam. One. Wait, think they'll ever bring Bloodborne to PC? I'm pretty sure, like, contractually they can't, but I would like them to, because that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it PC? Even though I meant to say Fortia.
Yes. Oh my god, this guy is so annoying.
Boop, boop, boo, doo. Is it because of copyright claims that you put game footage in your film critiques analysts videos? I feel like film footage related would improve the videos. I figured it worked thematically with the Star Wars ones, but I'm gonna rejig that in my Force Awakens stuff. It's just that when you have hours and hours of things to put visuals to, it's sometimes rough to just have every single set of between 2 and 10 seconds of different clips from movies. It takes a long time. But I suppose I shouldn't shy away from the challenge. Have you watched the Marvel shows on Netflix? I didn't like them, so I stopped watching them. Oh, and hello, by the way. Hello. Have you watched the Oh, wait, I read that. Do you like Matthew Matos's Demon Souls and Dark Souls commentaries? Yes, I do. In your opinion, what do you consider to be the most overrated game with a brief explanation on why? Most overrated game? Well, the common choice for that is The Last of Us, funnily enough. A lot of people consider it to be the most overrated game because it got to be like massive levels of prestigious despite being very, very simplistic mechanically, because it was very emotionally resonant is the see, this is the objectivity versus subjectivity thing. I can use it because I'm not autism and it applies to like every subject we can cover. But The Last of Us is a choice for a lot of people. I never got the impression that it was super high rated. I knew people loved it. But the game that I did get that impression with was Ocarina of Time. Everybody couldn't stop telling me about how amazing Ocarina of Time is, and it was like topping all of the charts for like best game of all time. It would be either that or like Metroid Prime or another Zelda game, and I'd always be like, Metroid Prime, woo! And I'd be like, oh, Zelda's better than it? Okay. And then I finally got around to playing it, and I didn't get it. I was like, this game's cool, but that's about as far as it goes. And, yeah, best game of all time, I disagree. Just put Happy Ghost on the screen, no one will care, Mulesley. Party Alm CV? Thoughts on the Elder Scrolls series lore, like the origins of... Oh, unfortunately I don't know anything about the Elder Scrolls. But, thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. Who's Jessica Jones that made him say never again? As if that doesn't apply to you as well, Alex. We both suffered through that. And it sucks as well because most people reference Jessica Jones Season 1 as like some of the best that Marvel TV shows have. So me and I was like, oh... That was fun. Stop.
Fun on a bun.
Stop it. Stop. I fucked up. Stop. Stop. Aha. I don't really read comics, I'm afraid. Since you mentioned Game of Thrones when answering my last question, I gotta ask, will you ever do a video over the fall of Game of Thrones writing? Absolutely. That's something I really want to do. I adore Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 4.9. That's like what I always end up saying. And I'd love to talk about it, because Game of Thrones is awesome as a TV show, but my goodness, has it become so much worse as time has gone on. Stop. Well, that was harder than any boss.
What, Shadows?
No, the hunter in the fucking university.
Oh, fuck me.
Castlevania Netflix series. Nope.
Spell, like, literally one-shots you if you're unlucky. So bad.
I wasn't being paid to suffer through Jessica Jones. That was never a thing. Who made that deal? Have you ever played a game that you loved on your first playthrough but disliked on later playthroughs? To go from loved to, like, middling, probably Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers on, like, PS2 and GameCube. I was obsessed with that game when I was a kid, and playing it as an adult, I'm like, it's okay. And it's like, it's okay at best. I still appreciate it. There's lots to say about its quality, and I think the Return of the King game is much better. They, like, streamlined a bunch of mechanics, but yeah, that's probably like a childhood like I love it to an adulthood like because for example I loved Hit and Run when I was a kid, and going back as an adult I still love it because the amount of work that's gone into that game as a Simpsons sort of fans game is still really on point, which you could say for the Lord of the Rings ones, by the way, but I suppose that answers the question.
Have you played the Simpsons game?
Yes, I like it, but I thought it was just okay. Have you played Metro? No, but I want to get around to it. What do you not like about Netflix's Daredevil or Punisher? I haven't seen those, but I have been recommended them. I agree. After a while, as time goes on, that I can't see why people put Ocarina of Time on the pedestal for some of its gameplay mechanics, and being annoyed by Navi was hell. Yeah, and like I'm not into the whole series. And I've played a lot of Zelda games, funnily enough, but I'm just not into it enough to want to do series on it. I'm not passionate enough about Zelda. I just leave it to the other people who genuinely adore the game, I suppose. Thanks for the answers. Have you played Legacy of Kain series? What do you think of the story element of the games? I have been told to play them. A friend of mine is obsessed. I think Alex has played them, I'm not sure. But that's another one on the list. Have you ever played Undertale? Yes, but I didn't really get into it. I probably need to give it another try. Symptoms. Would you rather have to relive 100 times the scene where Rose kisses Finn as Finn himself, or listen to Ray explain the Force for 100 hours straight? If Ray keeps changing it and adds stuff to it, that could at least be more enjoyable. Then again, you could get 100 kisses done probably much faster than 100 hours, so that's a tough call. Do you like Littlefinger's monologue about chaos in Season 3? Yes, though I'm not 100% sure if I agree with him, but I did enjoy it. Actually, let's just get Blood Vials. It'll keep us going.
3, yeah. My friend went to bed 2 or 3 hours ago.
Ocarina of Time is basically your 3D action game. It's so influential it looks simplistic in retrospect. Yeah, I don't deny the influence. It's just that getting put on, like, I want to say, objectively the best game in existence. Like, that's what these lists come across as. I'm not saying that's what they are. It's just I never understand. If the list was, this is what these are the games that people have chosen to be their favorites, and the one at the top is the most commonly chosen one, I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me. The trend of meta-narratives in indie games. Do you mean like how indie games usually mean something? Like there's something more to them? Because I agree with that. There's an existence of it but I haven't played enough indie games to sort of give a more interesting answer. Are you going to play another Mario Party? What? If someone comes over and they want to do it drunkalishly, sure. Hey Mo, did you keep these streams saved anyway? They should be made available in Waters Junkyard if if they were more significant, but these streams always exist. I just I don't really put them anywhere. I mean, if you really wanted it, I could PM you a link to it or something. Yeah, some get saved on Discord, majority go unlisted. That's, yeah. You should try them. Elder Scrolls games are full of shit going on in the background of the setting. It helps main quest feel like it's building something in a later game, which it is. I have been told to try them out. I will try and get to it. I haven't played Ico. I adore Shadow of the Colossus. I think The Last Guardian is okay. But my god, the fucking mechanics on the pet dog thing is just... I understand they were trying to make it a realistic relationship, but I don't think you get that from the, cause and effect mechanic style of video games. If a dog doesn't listen to you in real life, then the dog is, being a tism. If it doesn't happen in a video game, you're left to assume the video game is fucking breaking. I just left. I can't just come over again for Mario Party. Most anticipated game to be released this year. I don't even know what's coming out this year, if I'm perfectly honest with you. What's your favorite Star Wars location, planet/city? Probably Mustafar or Coruscant. I love the idea of a city planet. It's cool. And yeah, Mustafar's just awesome in terms of its lava land. But you know, if I thought about it, there's probably a couple of other planets I'd be like, oh wait, but I do like that one. Any good games to buy on Steam? Soma. Could you do an in-depth review of Imagine Party Babies? I don't know what that is.
What the fuck is that?
Smudboy just released a
Imagine
response to
Party
Just
Babies.
Right. I will have to check it out. I quite liked Smudboy's response to Just Right originally. He's very quick with those. Anyway, let's do the Tismies. I should have thought about that.
Yes, you should have.
Oh well. Gonna have to own it now. Jesus. Oh, I ran out just before I got to him. That sucks. Oh, stagger, get fucked. Uh-oh. It didn't last long enough. Damn it. Oof, cameratism for a bit there. No. Oh, come on. I only realized just too late. Ah. Why everyone hit Rob? Can you do a review on KOTOR? I need to play it and be very into it before doing that. And I'm not those things, unfortunately. Oh, wow! Rip all of my health to that wonderful spider move. At least I can do this properly now. One of the small spiders literally took every part of my health bar off with what looked like 5 attacks. Just went boom, 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 boom. You know, no way for me to get out of it. That's the kind of shit I don't abide in Bloodborne. There's loads of it. How dare you?
That sounds like an opinion.
It is an opinion. And you know what else? Fuck you. That's that's my assessment. What do you think of the Angry Joe show? Not a fan of the Angry Joe show, but I don't deny that he does more work than I would call the average reviewer, and he does seem like a strong entertainer. He's just not really for me. In terms of the information he provides, it's bits and bobs here and there. But I don't know. I feel like I'd get along with Angry Joe if I was to meet him. Take a shower every time Mulder says tism. Do you consider Breaking Bad writing perfect, or do you find flaws in the show as well? Thanks. Close to very strong. There's a couple of things I pick up on Breaking Bad. But it's easily one of my favorite shows of all time. If Episode 9 bombs similar to Solo, is at the end of Kathleen and also RJ trilogy? Don't know. I'd have to ask Disney. They're very tismy with these sorts of things.
Tismy, does whatever Tismy can. Dude, could you imagine you enter the ROM fight and the Spider-Man theme starts playing?
That would make me love the game. Wow, they're really not very offensive, these spiders in Phase 1. They kind of just walk around like, meh.
I don't think they really change AI, do they?
They just really seem non-aggressive right now.
No.
Probably need to repair my axe soon. Can't imagine it lasting much longer. So, punching Rom was enough for you to generate Beast Blood pelletisms, right?
Do R2.
Okay.
But don't hold it down, like tap it. Tap R2.
Tap R2.
Yeah.
Okay, Yormis.
Punch him in the face. Not the body.
I'm gonna do it.
Let's see. I want to collect some more poison knives. Because I hate spiders, I call Rum a caterpillar. I don't like. It's the weirdest fucking spider, man. That's like the tiniest legs and a big tismy head.
Ever thought
Like
that maybe
in
that's your
one shot
opinion?
Good night, Metal. Heilnacht. That means good night in dramatisms.
I agree with that. Oh, he spawned like miles away. Thanks a lot, Rob. You knew I was gonna run out of Beast Blood pelletry.
Did
It worked,
the trick work?
but I only got him to like what is essentially just gonna be him running away into phase 3 anyway.
Yeah, I need to learn how you stagger him out of that shit. That's annoying.
Holy shit, I got lucky. Oh, and then I got really unlucky. Tismy heal. That didn't kill him. Really? If I had my Beast Blood pellet, you'd be dead. Well, this should be over now. I will kill you, Rorm. Oh, look at his health. Can I just shoot him now? Oh, not like that.
As long as you don't shoot him.
Glorms! Ooh, oh! Why you gotta be like this? Oh, no damage in his head, is it? There we go. Oh, I that's the kind of time where I was expecting the game to kill me, just because he was on like 0 HP. It's like, come on, game, I know you're gonna do it.
Like it's coded in that he does like an unavoidable AoE that just insta shots, even if you have 99 vitality.
Have you considered a professional career in filmmaking? I wouldn't want to make a film unless I was the writer-director, which is very hard to get going in the first place, I imagine. I would rather maybe think about doing something like that when I've managed to, I don't know, get a more secure position just with criticism, and I can learn more about films in the meantime. You skipped the second phase. Woohoo! Did you ever watch Egoraptor Sequelitis on Ocarina of Time? Yes, I didn't think it was that strong. See, that's the interesting thing, right? I'm not biased toward Ocarina of Time, yet I still thought his video was lacking, even though it was kind of negative to Ocarina of Time. I still thought he made some good points here and there, though. What's your opinion on Hello Greedo? I haven't watched his videos, but I've seen his. Someone asked him to debate me, and he said that he wouldn't want to debate Star Wars because it's not films. He like said something along the lines like those films aren't films that should be debated, or that your feelings about them shouldn't be something you'd want to change. I can't remember, but I remember reading it being like, what?
What the fuck?
I was like, what do you mean by this? What is this craziness? What do you think is the best giant spider fight in a video game? I really like the one from... it's like,
Quillag!
I can't remember what the game was called. I played a demo, and in the demo you fought a spider in it.
Quillag!
And it was on Xbox 360. It was like a ninja game. Ninja Blade? That could have been the name of it. I don't know, but I remember liking that fight a lot. There you go. But yeah, no, I like Quillag a lot.
I mean, Quillag is fine. Her lava can be me sometimes. And she's
Well,
really
I
tanky.
think she's a good boss, even though you disagree.
Oh man.
I have defined that you disagree. The blood moon rises again. What do you think of have you seen Deadpool 2 yet? Yes. I liked it, but didn't really like it any more than I liked the first one. And I like both of them... Like, I don't know. I'm not hugely passionate about it. I just like them. I think they're neat. You really liked the new one, didn't you, Footisms?
Yorm.
You said it was the greatest film in existence, I believe?
Yeah, better than Civil War.
Yeah. Obviously. Civil War is crap. It's just a bunch of superheroes going blah, 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 blah. They don't even disagree for any reason. They're just like, oh, want to have a fight? And then they're like, yeah. It's the stupidest film. Do you agree?
Where the fuck is Henry?
That is not relevant to the conversation, so I'm not answering the question. How dare you?
You are Flim.
La da dee, la da da. Oh right, I gotta kill Magical Lady first. Hello, Magical Lady. Time to die. Ooh. Oh, she still died. Nearly. Oh, god damn it, that didn't hit her. Yeah, that's how it goes. Stupid villages, now you don't have no tisms to work with. Stop shooting at me. Nope.
I'm trying to get the Eileen quest line to progress, but the hunter I'm supposed to kill isn't spawning. And I don't know why.
Have you played the Pikmin games? Funnily enough, yes. I loved the first one. I wasn't as fond of the second one. Play Ride to Hell. I recommend you read comics by Darwin Cook. Specifically, Richard Starks Parker and New Frontier. Thoughts on the Max Payne games? I've only played the first one for quite a bit, and I really liked it, but I didn't complete it. And that's my bad. It's all your fault. On a scale of 1 to 10, how awful do you think the Detective Pikachu movie will be? Isn't Ryan Reynolds the voice of Pikachu in that or something?
What? Detective Pikachu? I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some actor who's like in the English dub, I assume the English dub, and I remember just being like, what?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end my stream now though. I'm getting tired to them. So, to all of you Tisms who are watching, bye-bye!
Do you still watch YMS? I kinda do. I don't rush to watch his videos like I used to, and I'm a little bit disappointed in the direction his channel has taken, but I still kinda watch him. Like, I watched his whole assessment of The Visit, but I couldn't help but ask why the hell he even made it. Because, like, that film is so crap, and it was 3 years ago it came out. And if he was, like, only interested in it because he wanted to have a complete assessment of the Shyamalan works, I really wish he would do an assessment of Unbreakable or Sixth Sense, because why not go over... Because, like, he does a really quick video going over it, and I remember being like, why not do more? And I know you could say the same for me, but I am trying to do positive reviews as well. It's just, gotta get through other stuff first. He's a bit red, considering I got rid of Lady. Now he's dead. Metal's come crawling back here now that Fortia's gone. Fortia, ban Metal, please. Looks like you're free for now, Metal. He's not gonna ban you. Hello, Mindflux. Insomniatisms are taking over. In your opinion, has there ever been a video game movie that wasn't bad? Ooh, I don't think so. Wasn't bad? Like, strictly wasn't bad? Like, I liked the Resident Evil 1 film, but only if you divorce it from the game entirely. So, if the question is, has there ever been, like, a good adaptation, it's probably like, no. Bolt paper. Unless you got a suggestion, maybe I'm not thinking of one. Guess I gotta hang out and chat with these florms now. Know anything of My Hero Academia? I do not. Super Mario Brothers film is a masterpiece. Yeah, no, I don't know that, Adam. You gonna see it, Chapter 2? Chapter 2 of what? Sorry, I might have missed what it was. Chronicle of Riddick was awesome, and its sequel. I thought Pitch Black was awesome. I didn't think Chronicles of Riddick was awesome, though. And I think I watched Riddick and thought it was okay. So, but the thing is, I don't know how they compare to the games. Yes, I have seen Phalis' reviews of Resident Evil movies. I really enjoyed those videos. Especially his, like, breakdown of the slow-mo that's used in Resident Evil 4. It's funny. Favorite RE game? That would be 4. The ninja film you were talking about is called Ninja Gaiden. Is it? Huh. Do you think that the worst sin of The Last Jedi is the missed opportunities after TFA set up? It's one of them, I would say. He means Stephen King's It. Do you... Oh, Chapter 2 for Stephen King's It. Yeah, I would definitely go see that. I thought the first one was actually pretty good. Do you watch movies with Mikey? If so, what do you think of his channel? No, I don't know who Movies with Mikey is. I haven't played God Hand, no, but I do know of it. I'd explain, but it's why a chat, but it needs a chat to talk. That makes sense. Way to just miss all my attacks there. Back away, you fiend! Damn, beating up all these old women at the same time. Well, actually, I don't know how old they are, but there goes me being ageist, assuming ages. Ow. I'm pretty sure they're all just going to get up anyway. Hello, Darth Enigma. Have you played the 2 South Park... Oh, wait. I don't know if the Jurassic Park games count as... Oh, no, wait, sorry. Yeah, this is complicated because, like, there are some movies that are made with no restrictions in terms of adaptation. And then they just don't look anything like the games they started with. And it's like, do they automatically get disqualified? Do they have to be, like, related? I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that comes in. It's objectively your fault. Any tips on avoiding copyright issues? Keep your clips underneath 9 seconds. That should cover it for the most part. And also don't, like, ever use any music, basically. Unless it's something that does work, because you can always test that out by uploading and unlisting first. Thank you for tear. Who is worse, Mary Sue Alice from RE, Rey from Star Wars? Well, I mean, they're all different kinds of bad. Damn it, Fortia, shut up your tisms. There are Jurassic Park games? Yeah, but the movies aren't based on the games, right? It's the other way around. So I kind of, like, stopped myself from that one. Plenty of Lord of the Rings games that are good. I agree with that, too, actually. Yeah, that's a good point. Of all the Rocky movies, have you seen which one was your favorite and which one was your least favorite? I only saw the first 2. I liked the first one enough, but I didn't really respond to it. And then the second one, I was just like, actually, I'm not really interested in this. That's probably a good example of a film I think is well made, but I don't really respond to. That was one of the things that Just Right was having trouble with, I think. Like, there are times where I can recognize quality and just go, yeah, that could end up happening with the Chronicles of Riddick, for example. Thoughts on Bloodborne? I love Bloodborne, though there are lots of issues I have with this game. That is my thoughts. What do you mean don't use music? So, like, any licensed themes or songs, if you can get, like, copyright-free ones, you should be okay. I just fucking ignored going in there, didn't I? Well done, me. You shouldn't play around with Gatling guns, sir. It's dangerous. Certain Star Wars games are amazing too. Yeah, I think we were going for games turned to films though, right? Rather than films turned to games. But if all are counted, then yes. I thought King Kong on PS2 was good. I liked that game. I 100%ed it on PS2 and Xbox 360 because I enjoyed it a lot. And I still have it in my head that he says, 3 magazines on backup, 2 bullets on backup, 3 magazines on backup. He would always like tell you how many pieces of ammo you have. I like that you could use sticks as spears and stuff. Fighting the dinos and stuff. I want to play that game now that you've reminded me of it. I haven't played the vampire video game. Do you think Bloodborne should get a sequel? I would happily play a Bloodborne sequel, but I don't think From Software want to do that, from what I understand. I think they feel that they've completed the Bloodborne story in terms of what's to be told, so you cannot deny that that is what they want to do. Nimol, before meeting Wolf, was talking his crappy Thor video. Yeah, and I stand by what I said. I think I even said it to Wolf. It's like, too many of his arguments were unprovable. As in, I mean, I guess you can prove that a joke is bad, but like he just said that it wasn't funny. He said that the film was ugly. And so to me, I'm just like, gotta do better than that. And you can complain about the plot relatively easily, I'd say. But it's a complicated affair to rip down Thor Ragnarok, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. For example, you use many Star Wars themes throughout your video. Yeah, Star Wars stuff apparently works. That's why I was saying you could test it first. But, for example, I used like 2 seconds or whatever of the Jurassic World Park theme, and then it got flagged immediately, so you gotta be careful. But I fucking got flagged anyway, so I guess it's not even a good piece of advice. Just be careful, that's all. What game would you most like to see get adapted into a film or TV series? I really wanted BioShock to get turned into a film. I feel like it would really work. You can make a pretty strong thriller / horror. But I suppose anything can work as long as you get the right people behind it. As lame as an answer that is, I do genuinely believe it. Oh, schnizzle. Oh, wow. Feel like I shouldn't have survived that. Oh, you threw that at me? Oh, you threw that at me again. You're a fun person. Excuse me, sir, could you please stop lasering? Oh dear. Do you think game journalists should show some level of skill when reviewing games? I think a game journalist should have to complete the game before fucking reviewing it. If they can't review it, it might stand to reason that maybe they fucking can't. Should a blind person review a film? That would be a question to answer, I suppose. Oh wow, I just saved that. Oh, and by the way, you can absolutely have the perspective of the blind person on the game. That's great and everything. It's just going to be tough to efficiently explain the positives and negatives when you can't even absorb the content, if that makes sense. What do you think of M. Night Shyamalan? I don't understand him. He's done so many things that I find amazing, and then so many things that I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Do you think Metroid would work as an alien type movie? I feel like it'd be an unconventional movie, but I'd probably enjoy that being done. I finally evolved as a critic, and now I can't handle the size of my gigantic brain. How do I deal with this predicament? Reader response theory, Wolf. If you look into it, you'll get your answer. Pretty simple. Have you played Warframe? And dear God, what the fuck is that frame rate? Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to sort of deal with that, because I'm gonna get a new computer soon that should hopefully prevent this. I'll have to talk to you about that, Al, because I was serious when we were over your house about probably looking into it sooner rather than later. But it'll be the same for a computer desk as well. Have you played Warframe? And oh wait, I read that. 1v1 me Halo 3 battle rifles and grenades only. No, 1v1 me on Rust fucking model 1066s only. I can't remember what the name of them is. I think your policy on games journalism is flawed. Some games can't be completed by design, like Minecraft. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. I would have to change it. But I was only saying that I suppose that only applies to games that can be completed. Because, yeah, I agree with you. But that's why I probably wouldn't catch myself reviewing something like Minecraft, because... And stuff like...
can be completed.
Can it, though?
Well, you can kill the dragon, and then you get, like, the credit screen. Which I'm guessing is a sign of the completion of the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, isn't it? That's for us to interpret. If you see an end credit screen with, like, credits rolling, isn't that the end of the game?
I suppose. There's probably games that don't have that, though, right? There's gotta be.
I mean, you spawn right back into the world, but yeah, there's an end to that game.
Have you ever seen Baby Driver? Yes. Wasn't a fan of it. There's Mr. Rogers documentary out there. Are you a fan of Mr. Rogers? I don't know anything about Mr. Rogers. I'm pretty sure isn't that very American-y? Who's this stranger in your house? That is Fortisms. You carry on after the credits, but yeah, that is classed as the end. Yeah, it would be a different classification for all games, but the main point would be, can you please absorb the majority of the content? Or at least make that clear in your review that you haven't, because... I don't know, this comes to my whole issue with reviewers anyway. Like, I'm the wrong person to ask about this, because as far as I'm concerned, most reviewers don't even absorb the games they're playing anyway. Let alone if you have someone who can't even play games. What am I doing? Oh yeah, upgrade my thingy. What do you think of the Dishonored games? I need to play them. If that answers that. Wait, not that one. Gonna need a lot more chorks. Don't forget to join the Discord and cause upsets, guys. Yes, there is a link in the description for this very stream that will take you to the Discord that I run with my fellow nerds. You okay with me calling you a nerd? Fortisms?
Oh, sorry?
I said, are you okay with me calling you a nerd?
It's offensive to my race. I will not have this.
Very well. Can you elaborate on your lack of interest in top 10 videos, X villains? What was your issue? I feel like, depending on how I feel in the day, like it would take me a really long time to get you a definitive perspective on my top 10. I need to look at all the films I've actually watched and then figure out some kind of way to even level them. So I'm not even sure how that would go. And then that would change the next time I watch a film that I think has an amazing villain in it, and I just feel like it makes my video redundant then. And I know, the whole point is they're supposed to be a bit of fun, so that's why I'm on board. It's just that they bug me because they're usually unclear. I know you could be like, every top 10 video probably does this, where they're like, well, this is just my top 10, this is how I feel about it. But most of the time they would probably change their mind in an instant anyway, so I don't know, the whole concept thingies me. And the whole top 10s are like the quick way to get views, typically speaking. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, you know, that fact alone. But if I'm going to make a top 10, I want it to be something that really applies. Hey dude, I just got like comboed by 2 dogs at the same time, and they took, I want to say 70% of my health, 60 maybe. And I just like,
oh, yeah.
It's one of those moments where you're like, well, thanks to my health build, I got a survivatism there. Oh, come on, doggo.
Have you upgraded your thingy to more than +6?
It's just the first chunk upgrade. I gotta get more of those.
Okay.
Top 10 worst top 10 videos. Yeah. What would you suggest as a better concept rather than top 10s if you wanted to discuss villains? I would probably call it... I would use my Vivisection series. I only have one in. And then... maybe just call it villains, or a look into villains, or my thoughts on villains. I don't know. Personally, I'm not even sure what does bother me about top 10s. And I think it's kind of what I went over with the whole... feels so flimsy. And like cliche, if that comes across in a non-tismy way too. What would you suggest? Peter's gonna be all over your ass for that. I imagine they would have had a problem with some of the stuff I've done already, to be honest. Been murderalizing a lot of stuff. Oh. Oh no, his wall. Whatever can you do against the wall? Man, this thing has a lot of health. Wow, that was pure luck. Just like that one. Twin bloodstone shards? Why would I want twin ones? Give me chunks. Fortier, can I have some of your chunks?
No.
Oh man.
I'm saving them for my cookies.
Have you played any Nintendo games besides Metroid, Zelda, and Mario Party? I've played quite a few. I just need to think about their names. Like we mentioned Pikmin earlier. Then you got... I actually played Nintendo Land. Luigi's Mansion. If that doesn't count as a Mario game, I don't know if that's how you're looking at that. Orm. Yeah, there's a few, I just have to remember them. I got around to a lot of Nintendo games, rather than Mario games. On the GameCube and the NES and SNES. Where do you think the importance of objectivity begins and the importance of subjectivity ends, or do they overlap? I would answer that question, but it would take me a very long time. Will you watch Star Wars after Episode 9 for reviews, or will you just give up on the franchise? I'll probably keep it going. It's always an avenue to talk about film. I don't really mind if it's Star Wars, or if it's Lord of the Rings, or if it's James Bond, or Marvel. As long as we get to talk about films, eh? You going to see Episode 9? Yes, I will. I am fascinated by how they're going to try and end this series, or trilogy. Do you think the basic hero versus villain kind of conflict is going to be a thing of the past? Maybe the strict baddie versus the strict goodie will go out of fashion. That will make it a morally grey area, because I think people like stories where the villain is sympathetic at the very least. But you know, in like the case of Thanos, for example, it's like this: he's still clearly the bad guy. So no, I don't think that we're going to lose that anytime soon. How would you feel if the Jurassic series ever went the way of the Dino Crisis 3? I don't know, probably more interesting than what we're getting. Subjectively, of course. Did you ever play Paper Mario Thousand Year Door? I did, actually. For a long time on my stream, and annoyed everybody that I didn't finish it, but I just didn't respond, really. I found it okay. I want to play that Mario Raven Rabbids XCOM game. That looked silly and fun. Oh, there we go. More chunks are on the way. Thoughts on Blade Runner and its sequel? Thank you for the $2, Sam. I quite love Blade Runner, the original. I think it's a really strong film with very interesting messages that are practically nailed. I think its sequel is honestly pretty awful. And I'm trying to convince Alex to write a script about it because I'm too busy with Star Wars. He can take Blade Runner. But I think people are a little bit mistaken on the sequel to Blade Runner in terms of its writing quality. But, you know, I don't really want to go much further than that until I work on making a much more definitive position. Or I wait for Alex to do it. Because I would cover it, but I got loads of other stuff to do. And he's way more passionate about Blade Runner than I am. But, yeah, we found a lot of things wrong with that film. We had to do a lot of pausing. Have you ever played any of the Fire Emblem games? I can't remember which one I did play briefly, but I may as well just say no. Unfortunately. You should finish Paper Mario. Paper Mario Thousands of Door is actually really good. You should finish it. It's actually kind of shocking what happens later. Damn doggos, stay dead. Right. Skadoosh. Oh my goodness, he totally nearly died then. He's like struggling to not go through the floor. Well, through the banister. Come on then. Uh-oh. Alright, I didn't expect that. You got me. Okay, stab it. Oh, that was close. Twin bloodstone shards. I'm too shy to do this. Like I said, Al, if you can just make the script and you don't want to voice it, I could do that part. But if you do want to voice it and you don't want to edit it, I can do that part. If you do want to do all those things, then good. What are your thoughts on...
do anything, then suck it.
Yeah, what Footism said. You can't disagree with that. That's pure hardcore logicals, that is. Pure hardcore logicals.
Objective subjectivism.
That's...
You can't argue with that.
Objective logicisms is what he's just done. Ever played Borderlands? Yes, actually. I played all of 1 several times. Played a lot of 2. Overall, think it's relatively boring and don't care for Borderlands. I wouldn't bother making a video on it or anything because I'm just like, literally just don't care. I think I talked about it with Metal was over because he loves Borderlands. I was just like, I don't respond very well to looty shooty. I get bored really quickly. Loota shoota blah 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 blah. That's what are they called? I've forgotten the band name. Someone in chat's gonna know.
ABBA.
That's the one. You're not in chat though. How dare you?
They're Swedish tisms. I know all of the Swedish tisms.
They're not Swedish. They're Azeranian. Idiot.
Me and the tism you argue with the other day actually are best friends.
Oh yeah, that was a Swedish. I forgot.
Sure.
I'm honestly stressed out about this new job. That's why I'm still up. What's the stress, Mr. Alex? Is it you're worried about able to perform, or is it that you have no idea what it is and that's just a general tism, or because
if you get it up the first time, it's it happens to a lot of people.
What if you can't get it up ever?
Well, then you take the diagonal.
I thought you were trying to put tism in there and you were like
Yeah, I was trying to, but I was like, it doesn't work. Fuck.
Yeah, it was ABBA. Are you finally gonna watch Avatar: The Cast Airbender? By the way, avoid Legend of Korra like it's... I mean, he said avoid Legend of Korra like it's metal. That's rude. But I do want to get around to it eventually, actually. Have you ever played Cuphead? Yes, I completed Cuphead. I liked Cuphead. I found Cuphead infuriating, but I appreciated the challenge. I didn't think it was perfectly designed, but it was pretty good. And that's something I actually consider doing a video on. The gay stressed. The commitment. Though, what if I can't do it? What if I've made a mistake? I mean, that is a very rational thing to think, so... You're only going to find out by doing, because none of us is going to know the answer. Fortier, is he going to be able to do it?
Depends on how many tisms he has in his left pocket.
Alright, Al, if you can just go ahead and count those up for us, that would be fantastic. William Aguila with the $20. Thank you very much. Here, now go buy the Blu-ray of the Avatar The Last Airbender and review it, please. It's such an absolutely amazing show. You must also like Korra, but The Last Airbender is amazing. Also, thoughts on the Lord of the Rings prequel Amazon show? So yes, I will get around to watching Avatar The Last Airbender. I've tried to get Alex to sort of be on board with it because it is considered anime by the definition of being Japanese animation, I believe. I think ER makes that argument. But he doesn't seem very interested. But I've heard so many people say so many good things about it that I do want to eventually get around to it. But there's a couple of things that are at that point right now. Can you not with your retarded combos? I don't like them. But yes, thank you for the $20. And I don't know what to think of the Lord of the Rings series, but I don't think we're ever going to reach, you know, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings levels ever again. Especially with Peter Jackson being unable to do such things himself. Unfortunately. Pink Floyd all the way. Take Voutism. Have you played League of Legends and or D2? Is that Destiny 2? Or is that something else? Played loads of League of Legends. My main was Victor, and I played a lot of Veigar. I liked mids, like Lux I played a lot of as well back in the day. I like a lot of mids, but I also liked some of the supports as well. I found them fun. I always found it to be, I wanted to be a utility thing. I didn't want to be an AD carry because I liked seeing my moves do things, being very animated or bright or colourful and stuff. Pink Floyd in my pants. I am fucked Psy one day maybe. So is it, you starting the job tomorrow, is it, Al? Because I mean, first days are always tismy in the mind, but I mean, you can always reassure yourself that they should be aware that they're not going to be able.
I doubt they would have hired him if they didn't believe that he could do the job.
Not just that, but like they're probably gonna go easy on you fucking day one. They'll be like, let's ease you in. This is what you do here, and this is what they're not gonna go like, go, and you'll be like, wait, what? Just fucking go. Okay, where's the Tism that's resurrecting this guy? She's gotta be around here somewhere. Is it over that way? Maybe it is. Not till July 16th. Oh. Oh, okay. I stress in advance. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, there's unfortunately nothing I can do because I don't even I don't know the specifics of the job, but I would say that I was always like super tismed before starting a new job. I have had 4 in total, and they got progressively worse. Except maybe Asda, because that was just kind of pretty bad. But like B&Q was the best. Then Smith's was easily the worst. Yeah, they didn't get progressively worse at all because CGI was not as bad as Smith's, so just ignore me. I was trying to make it make more sense than it actually did. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. You're pretty resourceful and proactive. Sounds pretty like you got the standard jitters, you know. Like when Mel has to choose between a donut or a milkshake, you getting all sweaty and like, oh shit. Because what does it imply if you choose one over the other? But yours are about like real things, so it's just, you know, different but the same. I seriously need to go find this. Oh, well, there's one. I don't know if that's the one I was looking for, though. Yeah. How many thingies do I have? 6. We can upgrade. Woo! I'm finding the one be reborn soon. That'll be interesting. I miss my Smith story times. Fucking no. I actually genuinely associate Smith story times with Viscera cleanup detail. I remember telling so many Smith stories while playing that game. So many tisms. I hate my brain. I mean, yeah, I have that same thing every once in a while. But, your brain's pretty awesome too. It does get you a lot of things sorted when you need it. So, don't forget that. Your brain is your friend, even if he's a dick sometimes. I was kind of hoping for one of those crawly dudes with the tight chunks, but never mind. Would you consider yourself fat, pudgy, thick, skinny, fat, skinny, lanky, wiry, muscular, buff, swole, ripped, jacked, on steroids, or wide Kylo? I would go with fat, personally, but wide Kylo should also apply. When your brain tells you to hate your brain, more stress. that is the. It almost feels like it's just a contradiction, and your brain is just being autism. Wait a minute, is that collectible? Wow, neat. Stop it. God, I don't like this thing at all. So autism-y. Though that's pretty satisfying. No! And then they spawn like 1,000 of these later on, so it's like, wee. I would say thick. Absolutely. Swole Kylo. Ben Swolo, that is the true. Did Fortier abandon you? I don't know. He said he was feeling sleepy-tisms.
I'm here, but I'm sleepy-tisms.
There you go. There is your answer. We've completed the storyline.
When the Hobbit started doing Demon Souls, no-hit stuff now.
Has he ever done that before?
I don't think anyone has.
Huh. That is intriguing. Oh man. Scusi. Okay, you guys, come and sit yourselves on these things. Can you see my stream right now, by the way, Fortier?
Sure.
I don't know what the hell this is all about, but I end up using them.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
It's like, this is weird people with pools of juice, and they hurt people when they sit next to them. It's like, cool. Man, why couldn't these things drop chunks? You know, I feel like they should. I feel that they should objectively drop chunks. The Reiter Palash. I don't even know what that
I
is.
think they should drop slabs like all the enemies in Dark Souls 2.
See, this is why you should watch that series again at some point, because of all this times. Like, I remember that clip. You're just like, you dropped a slab? It's like a random enemy, just like, okay.
I just kind of feel like Chris and Family Guy, like, whoa.
Oh, stop it, you fucking stupid enemies. It's like, blah, blah, blah. How do you make a Bloodborne enemy? You take an enemy and then you add legs.
Oh, you add 5 arms, 3 legs, and then you add a leg on the leg. Like a tiny leg that can go boop.
I think I know what you're referencing with that one. What are you more interested in? The upcoming Lord of the Rings show or the upcoming Wheel of Time show? Probably the Lord of the Rings one, because I don't know what the Wheel of Time is, but perhaps that is going to be amazing, whatever that is.
Isn't the Lord of the Rings show from the same creators as Game of Thrones?
I don't think so. Is it? I don't think so.
I heard something like that, but I don't remember if it was Lord of the Rings or something else. Why are you killing all of these tombs?
I'm exploring the place fully.
Wow.
I'm getting... Oh, see, look at that. 2 bloodstone chunks, Mr. Oh, don't explore. Exploring's bad. This is why Fortia's not invited to my wedding.
Oh man.
You're gonna be like, oh, you married Mueller, huh? And she's like, yeah. And then you go, should have explored. Shouldn't have explored. And she's gonna be very confused, but she won't like you. Who's worse, Abrams or Roundhead Johnson? I would have to conclude that it's Johnson, since there's actually a lot of Abrams properties that I enjoy. I just think that are flawed, while Johnson properties are pretty much just cheese. I should probably watch Brick to confirm that, but I don't think that Looper is a very good film. A lot of people like Looper. I think that it's got a pretty tismy plot. But it's neat, I suppose. There you go. This is my objective review. It's neat. My thoughts on Alien Covenant? Pretty awful. That's a video I'll probably make eventually as well, because I wouldn't mind tackling the Alien series, considering how fucking great the first 2 are. Along with Terminator and Predator, because why not? I'm predicting it's going to be awful, and it's... No, it's Amazon Prime, not HBO. Oh, I thought he meant, like... DB and Weiss. Is that the names of the people who did Game of Thrones? I think... Well, I was guessing that Fortier was asking if they were doing it. But I don't know, because he's all silent now.
Sure.
No. Don't fire sniper blood at me, it's weird. Oh, by the way, the cane seemed to like degrade really quickly in my playthrough. I haven't had to repair this axe like once. Does it automatically repair if you level it up?
Maybe?
That would explain it, I think. Oh, I hate this place. Sniper blood, sniper
you know the weapon
blood.
that kills Yorm in Arcus 3?
Yorm.
There's an exact same thing in Demon Souls where you have to kill a bunch of flying prisms.
Yep.
I did not know that.
I did know that. At least you're not snoring, Fortier. True. Maul has had to put up with me falling asleep watching stuff lots of times. Only DC stuff. God. Yeah, poor Alex has fallen asleep now in, Man of Steel, I assume. Maybe, I don't know. But Batman vs Superman definitely. Justice League definitely. He didn't fall asleep on Suicide Squad, but that's because I assume it was in person and me and... No, wait, we were in person for the other one. I don't know how this works. Suicide Squad's just too funny to fall asleep to, I think. But then again, I'd say that about Justice League, so what do I know? But those are movies I kind of want to cover because, my goodness, such hilariously bad scripts. I bet you love that, don't you, Fortier, being a fan of Superman, that all the cinematic Superman films are terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Ba-da-da. Oh yeah, Wonder Woman, you did fall asleep in that as well. Didn't see Man of Steel. Ah.
Well, I think I'm gonna head to the bed.
Don't you want to see me take on the Fallen Kingdom?
Fine.
Haha, you're locked outside from the fight 'cause you're not cool enough to be in the fight. Alright, yeah, the thing is over here. God, he's such a, like, what the hell is happening boss. It's just like, why is it all of the things?
His legs have legs.
His toes have legs. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. You know, Harris loves Bloodborne. And he accuses... This is something I wish I put in my videos. He says that the Taurus demon forces you to kill the archers first. And yet he thinks like Bloodborne's amazing. And it's like, do you realize that you do this in Bloodborne with this very boss? It's like the exact same thing. And funnily enough, with Dark Souls, they offer you the chance to do it before you start the boss fight. But in this one, it's like, nope. And who in their right mind doesn't kill these things before fighting the boss? Like,
I don't even know what they do.
The theory that we have running right now is that they either heal him or they fire projectiles at you, or both.
Another theory could be that like they buff him where he does more damage, or they allow him to do a stronger moves and shit.
Hmm. Did all of his tisms die? I feel like one of them fell off without being killed. Yeah, I guess they're dead. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna get my beast blood pellet and then we can tism. God damn it. There we go. Alright, sir. Here we go. Ow. Wait. 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 There we go. Oh! Big hits, boys. Hey, I was trying to roll. Yeah, this is like incredibly easy with the axe. Oh, I thought I could survive it. That was like the most greedy fucking boss fight I think I've ever had. But look at his health though. That's just after me doing fucking heavy attacks over and over.
That 2,000 health, like damage power attack though.
Couldn't stop laughing at The Last Jedi to fall asleep. Ugh. I wonder if I still have the recording of me and Alex watching The Last Jedi. I don't know if I would have deleted it or not. I need to go through my hard drive, see what I actually have on there. It's kind of funny, it's like... I have no idea. Bam, 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 bam. Do you like the theme for the Fallen One, whatever, Reborn?
I haven't listened to it.
That makes you a bidmin.
No, you. Do you like it?
Yes, but I don't think it's amazing or anything. Probably prefer Gascoigne's theme, to be honest.
I think my favorite right now is Maria, and Gurman is a second.
Well, we still have the laugh track in the video, Al. That's good enough, isn't it? Oh, sniper blood everywhere. Oh my god, camera, could you please, like, calm down? It's like, there's a big blob of legs following you, I'm gonna put it in the way, okay? And I'm like, no!
Why you know teleport with the bass?
Why do I know teleport with the bass? A bass is a fish, you can't teleport with a fish, what the fuck?
Bass!
You can't teleport with a fish, what the fuck?
You're just jealous.
Oh, what the hell? Leave me alone. The boss fight hasn't started until I sort out these people fit. Oh god, that looked gross. Until I kill the Tisms, we're not allowed to see each other, okay? Fallen thingy. That'd do it. When they fall off, I go, woohoo!
Yeah, woohoo!
It's like, well, at least they're having fun. My stamp of 15 minutes of fame. No, Al, that will come when you complete your Bloodborne... No, not Bloodborne. Blood Runner video. There you go. Yep, she died. Good. Yoo-hoo! Now stop that one, Reborn. Stop it. I will kill you, and I will enjoy it. Blorm, blorm, blorm. Well, that was quick. That's just funny. It's like, staggered again. Oh, you almost got me, in fairness. Yeah, that's like barely a fight with this build. And it's, I think it might be the same or easier with the cleaver.
The Chai Maidens shoot fireballs and heal the one reborn using purple projectiles.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Finally we know.
Yes. Bloyd Runner. A runner of Bloyd. What are your thoughts on the animated film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame? I only saw it when I was a kid. I haven't seen it for a very long time, so I haven't really got much to say on it. Other than I probably liked it, because I don't think there was a Disney film I didn't like at that point. Good old childiness.
Autism, I'm gonna head to the beds.
Fair enough. I think I'm going to call the end of my stream right there, because I think that makes sense. Thank you all for joining me. It's been excellent. And thank you for the questions and the donations, of course. I will catch you the next time I stream, which could be at any point, because I am obviously completely random with when I decide to stream. But thanks for popping in, of course, and I bid you farewell and good night.
Bye-bye.